Hey, hi everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel, Intuitive Insights in Tarot. I'm Scott. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for joining. Unfortunately, Honey was not able to make it today. She's suffering from pneumonia. Uh, I think she's on the mend, but she's feeling better, but she can't talk without coughing right now. So she had to cancel, which is unfortunate. How's everybody doing out there? Let me take a look in the chat, see who we got here. We got 23 people. And Emma, hello, Emma. Lady T, as usual. Tug of Light. I got Cherie is on the line with me. She's going to be helping me in the chat. How are you doing, Cherie?
I'm doing good tonight, thank you.
Tracy Gardner, hello. Kirsten Davis. Lacey Blue, hi, Lacey. Still without a dot after your name, unfortunately. I'm gonna Once I get some more money, I'll have to gift some more memberships. Thierry Knoll, RS Fitness, hello, Terry, Lacey Blue. So you guys remember a point from last show? Do you remember Lisa Garrett asked about the 200,000 people that lost their lives in the Asheville area during Helene? And at first, I just said that's just not realistic at all. I said there's no way the numbers could be that high. And then I did my reading on it, and I confirmed what I had thought. She emailed me and she said, "Yes, I was absolutely right. That there's no way that that many people passed away in that." And then I looked up the population of Asheville. Like the entire city of Asheville is 95,000 people. So that would, 200,000 people, that would be like the entire population of Nashville and every town within a 50-mile radius. So,
Wow.
anyways, thank you for Lisa for confirming what I thought. I'm going to do a reading on the drones today, see if we can figure out what those are. Um, but before I get started, and of course, I'm going to be taking questions from you guys. Um, It's not necessary to pay for it, but if you can, it would be greatly appreciated, especially right now, because this is the slow time of year for me. I've been averaging just one booking a week, and I really need four or five to be on par with what I should be earning, or what I think I should be earning. And so because of that, and I've been doing this every year. I'm going to give a special holiday rate start. Well, I've already started it. Let me see if I can share my website. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, here's my website. And I don't know if I guess I can drop it in the chat too. Here, let me drop. If you don't know my website, I'm going to drop in the chat here real quick. Yeah, Intuitive Insights with Scott. And let me share my screen. Where is it? Alrighty, so here's my website. this bigger. Okay, so come over to my website. You go here, book here, and you'll see my regular fee is $80. Oh, I haven't updated this yet. I thought I'd already updated it. But right now, it's $65 for anybody who would like to book a reading with me until after these holidays are done. Um, However, if you're someone who's blessed with an abundance of resources and you'd like to pay more than $65, that would be okay too. But there are a lot of people out there who don't have that much. And so this would be a good opportunity it doesn't matter if you've been a client with me before or not. But yeah, I want to share something else too. Um, like I said, that'll be that's my uh, holiday rate. And if you're not sure, if you've never had a reading with me before, and if you're not sure, mm, you know, that it's worth it, so to speak, come over here and check out my client testimonials. These are just a few of the testimonials I've gotten in the past few years, and read what other people say about their experiences with me. And I can't guarantee you that you would have the same level of greatness, if I can say that about myself. Um, that's not me saying it, it's other people saying it.
Ditto.
Okay, so and I have to admit, I was really disappointed. Number one, I haven't spoken to Honey in a while, and I always look forward to my conversations with her, but she brings a lot more eyes to this broadcast when she's here. And I always get several more bookings after I do a show with Honey. She really helps to drive my business. So it's just me, and hopefully somebody out there will be booking with me this week. Because otherwise, I've got nothing to do. I wake up in the mornings and my days are totally free. I just got to fill them. I know I should be doing things. I could be producing videos. I could be working on my tarot lessons that I eventually one day I'm going to be creating tarot lessons. But anyways, that's it with that. So what are we going to talk about today? For me, the biggest thing is these mystery drones. Thank you, Lacey Blue. It's okay if you say that, but I'm not going to say that about myself because I have no way to know if I'm the best. Okay, yeah, so these drones, right? Uh, Cherie and I were just talking about this before we came on, and let's go over that again, Cherie. Tell me what you think, and you can repeat what you said earlier.
Well, I
And
think there's about three things going on at one time. I think with the drones, there's a bit of white hat alliance. I think that there are drones up there that are sniffing out nukes. And I have a feeling that we've got some people getting their 2 cents worth in also to put in the mix. So
all right,
1, 2, 3, or all three put together.
so number one, what was it? I'm gonna
The
make
white hat
make notes here.
alliance. Yeah.
White hats doing what now?
I think it has a lot to do with the main people. You know, they've been having people come and talking about ETs and everything. So I kind of think that some of the ETs are a little tired of us just talking about it. So now they want to show themselves. But I think we
Okay,
also have some nuclear warhead stuff going on behind our back too. So that would be our military sniffing them out. And then I think some people just want to get in on the bandwagon and send up drones just to see if they can make everything totally chaos.
Okay, so we're going to put this out there. Possible ETs, white hat ETs, sniffing out nukes. Now, I, I think they have like satellites that can detect nukes. And then,
Well,
okay, and then just,
they
what's
usually
that?
put up helicopters for sniffing out nukes, but they could be using
They put up,
drones too.
they put up what usually?
Helicopters.
Helicopters. Okay, and
Hmm.
and then the other thing, it just could be just private individuals flying these things, right?
Yep,
Very
or at
curious
least
about
some
the
of them.
drones. Lacey Blue says. Oh, and Rob, thank you very much, Rob. I really appreciate it. I know you're disappointed that Honey's not here today. I'm okay, and I'm going to get to that. That you have a question for the cards. Okay, I'll get to that in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at this ET or this drone situation. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that these are not extraterrestrial. Um, these things are big, right? They say SUV size.
Size of
Like,
a small car up to a bus. Yeah.
I mean, oh, I know the other thing. Foreign entities, let's call them.
Yeah, that'd be number four. That's another possibility.
And let me see. What do you guys think in the chat? Give me some ideas of some things you think it can be. I'm gonna pause for a minute here and let the chat build up. Um, Kirsten says, where do we find the membership option? So if you look on your phone, where is it on the phone? It's I don't know. If somebody else in the chat can help with that question. Satellites can't sniff out dirty nukes. Okay, let's see who else. RS Fitness has a question about their boss. Make a note of that, Sheree. I'll come back to that. You see, RS Fitness has a question in there. Right now, I'm talking about these drones. What else could it be? Um,
Oh, yep, I
foreign
see it.
entity.
Okay.
What do you guys out there in the chat? Come on, give me some ideas, and then I'm going to go through. I'm going to do a reading, and I'm going to weed out the ones that it can't be, according to what the cards say. Okay, Lacey Blue thinks we covered all the options, and Rob says I'm of the opinion that it's a mix of reasons for them showing up, mainly to get us used to things being in our skies, not from here. Yeah, that's a good point, Rob, that maybe this is like a preparing people for mystery things in the sky, just getting people talking about, because there are going to
Mhm.
be a lot of people who are going to say that this is UFOs, we're being invaded. Like there's a lot of comparison to the War of the Worlds broadcast. Um, and let me just do a disclaimer here. I do not encourage anybody to try to shoot at or try to take down these drones in any way. That's against the law. You can get a lot of trouble for that. There's this one
Exactly.
really funny video where this guy, he's a UFO investigator, and he had one near his house and he videotaped it, and then he went in and he added CGI of him shooting at it, so it wasn't
Yep.
real. Did you see that, Sheree?
I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah. So he made this video for his YouTube channel. Can't think of the name of it right now. And and he puts it in the description that this is CGI, this is not real, that this is just, an example showing like what could happen and to bring attention to it. And then other people took that and shared it as if it was real, and then it went viral.
Mhm.
That one more time. Okay, Myra thinks they're ETs. White Hat's preparing us for ETs. I think it's something more along that line, Lucy. Well, I mean, it could be. And trying to think of what else, any other ideas I had for it.
Or
Getting
just a
people
total
to look up.
distraction.
I mean, simply that, getting people to look up.
Hmm.
But who is controlling them? That's a big question. Okay, this is what I'm gonna. Who? Okay, and why? Those are the big questions, right?
Correct.
And where are they from? Oh, okay. Here's part of the. Some people are postulating that there are motherships, not naval ships, but like I picture those flying aircraft carriers from the Avenger movies. I don't know if you ever seen that, Sheree. They
No.
could stay in the air indefinitely. And so, what if there's something like that that's parked up there, and these drones are coming from it?
Well, that's
Who?
kind of what
Why?
we were wondering about the second moon. The second moon thing was rather curious also.
Okay, so who and why?
Hmm.
Oh, getting. Okay, so that's it. Without further ado, let's dive into this drone thing. Oh, I thought it was funny. I was listening to something, and there was a press conference, and what the guy said, what I thought was very funny, is that people shouldn't have to be shaking their 8 ball to get answers to this, which is basically what people would think about tarot, right? So
All right.
that's what we're resorting to. We're resorting to the paranormal to try to figure out what these things are. Oh, by the way, do you know what kind of
Mhm.
pants that psychics wear?
What kind?
Paranormal pants.
Cute.
I heard that the other day. I thought it was funny. You didn't laugh at my joke, Cherie.
Never
Come on,
did.
what do I pay you for?
For my good looks, can't you tell?
All right, you know what, Cherie? Because two intuitives are better than one. I'm going to have you tell me when to stop. You are representing the collective consciousness. Okay,
Okay, four came to
so
mind. Shuffle them four
this is for
times.
everybody, huh?
Four came to mind, so shuffle them four times.
Oh no, no, no. Uh,
Mhm.
just
Okay.
okay. Well, you tell me when to stop. If it's four, it's four. You ready?
One more.
One more time. Okay. There we go.
There you go.
All right. All right. This is for the drones. Check the time. It's 23 past. I'm looking at that for later if I want to. Am I recording this? Yeah, I am. Okay.
Yep.
Who's controlling them? Where are they coming from and why? Or maybe we're not meant to know. Maybe it's meant to be a mystery. Okay. Four of Wands. King of Pentacles. That has white hat energy to it right there.
Mm-hmm.
This is something very unique. It's never happened before. Up until now. Challenge is, or the unknown is the 10. Wands. Ace of Swords. And that's interesting that that's upside down. I was just about to mention, what's one thing you see here that's notable, Cherie? I wonder if you could pick that up right away. Not any one of the cards, but in general.
Oh, the strength being upside down, that's the opposite of what it usually means. So that is really, but especially the 10, it's like an end of something or
Okay, well
gathering.
you're on the right path. What I want to point out is, except for the strength card being reversed and being in the most in like the least um important position here, right? To me,
That's the
that's for me.
outcome.
This is has the least effect of everything. We have no other major arcanas, so
Yeah,
this is not something that is of global importance. It's not something that's like a huge deal for mankind because it's not coming up as something really big. Um,
right. Because you don't have the world or the magician or anything like that.
yeah, yeah. Well, we've got no other major arcanas except for this strength down here. Um, so one of the questions was who, and I have to say white hats with this King of Pentacles here because he's a good guy king. There's no he has no nefarious interests here.
Hmm.
Um, Now the sword, the Ace of Swords is victory and information and starting something new, ending. Now remember, I said I may not be able to figure out anything. So I can answer this. This is something that the white hats are doing, okay? And they're the ones who could pull off something like this because like who else has the ability, I'm going to look at the camera right now, who else has the ability to put together these drones that are massive, the size of SUVs? So that means they've got to source the parts from different places. They have to have the technology and the know-how to put them together. Then they have to fly them covertly without being seen by anybody when they take off and when they land. Who has the ability to do something like that? Well, foreign powers do, like China, Russia, Iran, or one of those, or the white hats.
Right.
Uh, so I'm going to go with the who is the white hats, and the where they're coming from outside of the U.S. borders. Okay, so they're not like flying out of somebody's garage in Hoboken. All right, they're coming from somewhere uh, beyond uh, beyond the borders. That would be probably the sea. It could be a flying platform because wands are well no, that would be air. Well no, we got air there. Sorry, I'm rambling. Um yeah, but we got air here. So it could be that flying platform like a mothership out there somewhere. That's like
Yeah,
way
but
out over the Atlantic.
yeah, because they're saying they're coming from the water.
Uh-huh. So that would be the where. So we got the who, the where, and the why is gathering intel. Could be somehow they're yeah. So I think that maybe there's like some cabal members that are hiding out, and this could be a way to find this. That's a possibility. And let me come to the chat and see what you guys are thinking about what I'm saying here. Wouldn't be a communications. There are cute. Oh, there are two Q drops about the drones. What are those?
Okay, Rob said it was mainstream media recently where the news guys used the words came out of an Iranian mothership. LOL.
Yeah, yeah. And he got really jumped on for saying that too. A bunch of other people came out and said no. Okay, so and this outcome card, victory. It's truth coming out, and I have a feeling that it's just a way of directing people to the sky and starting a conversation. I'm not going to leave it there though. I'm going to pick these up, and I want to know, is something going to happen? Let's do it this way. Are we going to see these drones take on some type of major role in the future, or is this just going to fade away and we're never going to hear the truth about? Will the truth about these drones ever come out? Will they do something that has like a noticeable effect, or is it just going to be something? Are we going to be 10 years from now saying, what were those drones? We never did figure it out. Are they ever going to bring one down? Let's get that. And are we ever going to know exactly like it, or are the white hats going to come out and tell us what it was? Just want to know, how are these drones going to affect America and the world in the future?
Okay.
I'm going to put it that way. And will we ever really know exactly who they came from and why? But there's that Ace of Swords again. Now I know they're being seen all over the country right now. And once again, except for the fool in the past, only the one major arcana here. I think they are gonna eventually start taking them down, maybe more than one. So and then we're gonna learn more about them. So I think this is one of them things, and this is why I'm certainty is the enemy of unity, as they say. So I'm not going to say for certain because eventually the truth is all going to come out. They're going to take these down, and it may not be too much longer that they're going to start finding a way to take these down. You got Mr. T calling for that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was
Why
awful
why
quiet
have
for a while.
what's that?
He was quiet there for quite a while. And then yesterday he spoke up and said, if they're not ours, take them down.
Why do you think they haven't tried taking them down yet?
I think a lot of it is just people are more curious rather than if it was meant to cause chaos, it really hasn't. Curiosity, frustration that our government doesn't have any answers, and then the Department of Defense wants more authority, which means that they want to take more of our rights away. So I think there's a lot going on, and people are just sitting back waiting, saying, okay, when Donald gets in there, or when Trump gets in there, he will figure it out for us. I don't
So
think we're
Dana,
I don't think we're as quick on the
And
finger on the draw as what people think we are.
so Dana, she's from fertility to delivery. So she says that the Q drops that came out back in uh, 2018 says drones over US tracking only. Okay, and that kind of goes along with what I was saying that they're
Yeah,
using them to maybe track down like the remnants of whoever they're looking for that was in the cabal.
good.
Um,
That's it. I thought the white
and
hats.
there's a delta coming up for that because it was what was the date there? January 22nd. Oh, which is right after the inauguration, too.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it there. I definitely get that they're nothing to worry about. Okay, if anybody had any fears on these drones carrying some type of biological or other, nasty substance that they're gonna unleash on the public, nothing like that. Okay, so alleviate all those fears. It's not ETs. And all right, without further ado, I want to get to the questions starting with Rob here. Rob says, Sheree, do you have anything else you want to add on the drones before I move on? If you
No,
see anything in the chat,
just keep an eye on the sky.
okay. So, well, the biggest thing is don't worry about it, guys. It's not something that's going to be very harmful to people. I got to sneeze. Pardon me. Excuse me. Okay, so Rob, hi Scott. I've been having many dreams from my childhood with my childhood best friend. We drifted apart a few years, but now we've connected again. And he's now divorcing his wife, etc. Why so many dreams with him in them as of late? All right, Rob, there's one thing some critical information is did the dreams begin before or after you reconnected? I'm going to assume after, so I don't have to wait too long. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So the obvious answer, if I'm just thinking about it, is that well, because he's back in your life, and so he's become a big part of your daily conscious thought, which would carry over into your dreams. Let me find that again. Why so many dreams with him in them as of late? Okay. Or is there something special going on? So once again, the way I determine that is by how many major arcana come up. Actually, I need to pause for a minute here because I don't like having upside down cards. They're not supposed to be that way. So I'm going to go through real quick, set everything to right. Speaking of upside down or major arcanas, yeah, you're right uh, about that. This being upside down and being in that position where it was, I think that's because it's saying that I think that the drones are like a mop up um, of whatever's left of the bad guys, the black hats,
Oh, that would be so nice, huh?
or something like that. Because that strength being upside down is showing how weak they've become. And this is why I balk at any of these theories about like Helene being an attack, even though now I haven't seen it for myself, but Honey told me that she saw that there was definitely like HAARP effects going on, and that if that's true, that could be. But I didn't see it like I saw with both Sandy. You remember? Not you, my dog. The the storm that hit the New York area. I was watching that, and you could see these pulses that light up on the screen. And then
Yeah,
the one that hit Texas that was really bad and caused the flooding. That one too. Both of those I saw
is
something
it?
odd in the radar where it would light up. Helene, I
Yeah.
didn't follow it that closely. I didn't see that, but Honey says there was, so I'm gonna take her word for it.
Yeah. And yesterday, they just had a tornado for the first time in history in California.
Heard about that.
Yeah, I haven't heard much yet. Of course, I was at work, so I haven't been able to look at it real close yet.
Okay. This is for Rob and the dreams of his friend. Why? Why now? And there's another part of this question, Rob. I'm sure you're wondering. It's like, why did he come back into your life at this time? Is there what's important about that? But let's take a look at these dreams. Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, pair of sevens, Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Death, Six of Pentacles, and Three of Pentacles. Okay, so we've got the one major arcana here, and okay, we're asking about the dreams, right? Why is he appearing in your dreams? So, in your relationship, it's time for you know, I assume I mean, you say you were good friends from the past. There's just a time, there's something about this point in the timeline where you guys should be reunited. From his perspective, so he's going through these changes. Okay, and you have death here. He's going through these changes, and so he's looking for support. He's looking for somebody, to be his friend at this time. It's a really important time for him to have a friend in his life, and he he truly loves you, Rob. That's platonic, of course. Nothing odd about this, but this is he truly has a deep, abiding affection for you. So that's the answer to your question. It's you're on a subconscious level, you're picking that up, and he's like
Soul family?
transmitting. What's that?
Soul family?
I probably, but I'm just looking at the here and now part of it. Um,
Mhm.
he's going through major changes in his life, and so he thinks back to a time in the past when things were going well for him, and you uniquely of all the people that he knows, you're one person that is very special to him, and he has a very dear fondness for you. This is going to it brings some stability and just someone to talk to, and maybe in the future you'll be collaborating with him as well. On whatever, I'm not sure. Hold on a second, my batteries on my phone is or my computer. I need to fix. Okay. Oreo, the blind dog, is walking into my outlet there and unplugging the computer.
Oh
Yeah,
dear.
so this is a great time of change in his life, Rob. And so he's looking for stability and support. Oh, and why are you dreaming about this? He's you're picking up on his subliminal, like emotional transmissions that he's putting out into the ether, and then you're picking up on that. Yeah. Because you are an intuitive, not just because you're here, and you're a literal intuitive as far as the membership goes, but I'm sure you are also an intuitive. So he's subconsciously putting this out into the ether, and you're picking up on it. Okay, so thank you for that support, Rob. That helps a lot. That and plus the $5 super chat, that takes me to about halfway to my goal today. So thank you. Okay, and let me read this one from. Well, before I do the super chat, go back to that one that I told you to mark, Cherie. Let's do that. And I'll get to
Yeah,
Justine here in just a minute.
it's from RS Fitness. Hi, Scott.
Hmm.
I got a new boss last February, excuse me. She's been very difficult to work with for our whole department. How long do you see with her staying with us?
Okay. I'm so glad I don't have bosses anymore.
Amen. Wish I didn't. But I've had worse. Can't complain.
Yeah, the bad thing about being an entrepreneur is you're responsible for creating your income. If I don't do anything, if I just got quiet and didn't do this, then I could go broke. So I have to be self-motivated. Um, and I take all responsibility for success and failure, right? But the good news is nobody tells me when to do it, when except for my clients, of course, who book. But even
Yep.
then, I can accept or reject those bookings, or I
Or put them
can.
off for a bit like you did for me when I was not feeling good. So thank you.
Mhm. All right, so this is for RS Fitness. This awful boss. What was that movie? Bad Bosses or something like that? You remember that comedy?
I think I heard of it, but I don't think I ever saw it.
I watch a lot of movies, so I've seen just about everything that's worth watching. Because I do have a lot of time on my hands and I have access to free movies all the time.
Same here,
Pretty much
and
any.
Luke watches, and I don't.
What's that?
I said I do here too, and Luke watches them, and I don't.
Okay, so this boss of yours has a big ego. They want to be like looked up to and adored. However, they have a personality that, or I should say, maybe she thinks she's better than everybody. But she was asking like, how long would this go
Correct.
on? So wins are always difficult. So it's interesting that sh the querent is coming up as the seven of swords. So, and the Hierophant. Unfortunately, RS Fitness, it looks like this person's going to be there for the long run. There's some nepotism involved here, like, or they're friends with whoever hired them. They have some type of in with them. And with this Hierophant as the outcome, I think they're going to stay there for a while. So the only way you're going to free yourself from this person is if you take some kind of action that benefits you. Okay. Um, Possibly something like doing some investigating on this person and finding if they have any skeletons in their closet. That's I'm saying that because of the seven of swords. This is doing just about anything that you can in order to get the outcome that you want. Okay. Um, Even if it means being sneaky and doing something like that. Now, I don't know if they have anything on them, or yeah. So anyways, looks like you're stuck with this person for some time. Good news is we have Nasara and a new a new financial system. So hopefully you won't have to be there for very much longer. Okay, because
Um,
you're gonna have personal wealth, like some like a universal income or something like that. Okay, so you have that to look forward to. Um, I think this person is going to be entrenched there for a while. So if you want to get out from under them, then you're going to have to do something, find another job, get, get maybe find some dirt on them if maybe if they're a bad person and they're acting this way, then maybe they've done something in the past that you could find out and then take to your boss and say, "Hey, look," or do it anonymously. I don't know, but that's not me saying. I'm just trying to interpret that seven of swords. Okay, so sorry about that. Now I have this question here from Justine. Thank you for the super chat, Justine. Hi, Scott. Can you do a read if my dad had a heart attack? Will he see if he had a heart attack? Shouldn't you know, or shouldn't he know? Or I mean, if he had symptoms, did you call the? He's in the hospital now. Don't they know if he had a heart attack? So I'm not going to answer if he had a heart attack. I'm going to leave that for medical professionals to say. Will he recover? I don't know how to help him. Okay, well, I'm very sorry about this. Um, I experienced the same thing with my father, and he did not recover. After 2 weeks, they did the surgery on him, and he didn't make it after 2 weeks. So, like I said, I can't. I'm not going to tell you if he had a heart attack. Let your doctor tell you that. But let's just check on him and health wise, see how he's going to recover from whatever has him in the hospital. Um, I'm just trying to think of what I should say if I get bad news because I don't think I should be making public announcement like that here. You know, in tarot, you're taught you never predict somebody's passing. But a lot of my clients, they tell me explicitly, I want to know if that's what you're going to see. But it's very rare. In all the time, 3 years I've been doing this, I've only had two or three incidences where I've gotten those cards that say something like that. And I have to tell you that I was worried when I saw these cards coming up. But with the outcome being the Ace of Pentacles, I want to say he's going to make a recovery. I want to say a full recovery, to be honest with you. So maybe it wasn't a heart attack. If you're not sure and they haven't told you, maybe that's not what it was. because if it was, I wouldn't expect to see Ten of Pentacles, which is wholeness and completeness and physical body, and then almost like a new start. I can tell if it was a heart attack, then the procedure that they're going to do, like if it's a stent or a bypass or whatever that is, that will be successful. Um, I think that he may possibly have a lifestyle that contributed to this, whether it's smoking, drinking, um, or having too much fun. And if it's not that, um, then it could be have been brought on by the stress of the past 4 years and the lockdown. This is like a lockdown type of thing. Maybe that created stress in him that brought it on. And then the high priestess and Justine. Justine, your prayers are paramount in his recuperation. Okay, with the high priestess and the star. Um, yeah, doctors are great; they can do a lot, but you can help him to recover through prayer and connecting with your higher self and manifesting that to happen. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that with my father, but looks like you can do that with your father because he's not ready to go. All right. And I'm very happy to give you that news. And I hope I got it right. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you in the future, Justine, to hear about how your father does.
Sending love and prayers.
Rob has a message. Oh, the dream started before, he says. Uh, Marilyn, I'm sorry. Marilyn 13 Angels, I'm sorry. Honey's not well today. In fact, if everybody could take a moment and send your healing energy to Honey, she's suffering from pneumonia, um, which can be really hard to get over. So she's unable to speak without constantly coughing. And that's why I think she's on the mend. She's getting better. She thought she might be able to be here today. That's why I didn't know until just before I started this show. All right,
Lady,
so I got Rob's
lady,
Rob.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Rob, the reason the dream started before was because he had you in his heart and mind before you reconnected. That's how he was transmitting, like through telepathy, uh, to you, and that's why you were having the dreams that way. What were you saying, Sheree?
Lady T said she sent you some coffee questions.
Oh, okay. Let me check that. I feel really horrible about Colleen a couple of weeks ago, and she's always send me coffees on Monday for whenever Honey was going to be on, and I was impolite to her about her question last time, and I feel really about that. Sorry about that. I guess she's not going to support me with coffees anymore, which I understand. Why would you when somebody rolls their eyes at a question that you give them? So I'm going to try really hard never to do that. Every one of your questions are important, and if you're paying me, then I have no right to make any type of judgment on quality of your question, right? You know what I'm talking about, Shereen?
Yes, I do. And you are a very big person for admitting to it and saying that you will get better at not doing such things. It takes a very, very strong character to do that.
Well, I have to admit something here that I got tested, my IQ got tested really high when I was young, and then later on, I went and I did a dyslexia test. Before they do that, they give you an IQ test, and yeah, I do test really high on IQ, and I've I tend to look down at other people as not being as smart as me, and I used to really be bad. Like when I lived at home with my family, I used to call my little sister, who has an average intelligence. She's very smart on the average level, but I used to repeatedly tell her she was stupid. I used to, and idiot. I used to use these words, stupid, idiot, all the time with people. And I realize now how wrong and hurtful that was. And even though I might be smarter than the average person, I'm not freaking super genius, and I get things wrong all the time, you know? So I've really tried to not be so egotistic. People say, Scott, you're so humble, but it was truth is I really do have this high opinion of myself, you know. I do think I'm smarter than 95% of the people I meet. And
Well, the type of education our kids are getting nowadays, that's not real hard to do. But
it's not
it's not
about
all real
education.
fun.
It's anyway. And here, I don't want to sound arrogant here talking, but yeah, because it took I couldn't read until I was 12 years old. So I definitely have this like limitations on my IQ because of that. Anyways, um, so that's one reason why I try to be extra humble because a lot of you out there are really smart, super smart, you know. But I mean, I'll shut up. Huh?
And
And
there's a
Robin, sorry, Honey's not here. She's because she addresses this to Honey. Highs are running high. I'm trending to stay. I'm trending. I mean, I think she's saying I'm treading to stay afloat. Okay, tides are running high, like the water's running, and she's having a hard time staying afloat. Can you see the jobs I applied for coming through, or some other job coming in through the grapevine? Thank you, Scott, for all you do. Yeah, and this is kind of on that same line what I was just talking about. Like Honey's been telling you, like for decades or over a decade now, I've known about Nassar Jassar. I've known that something was about to give because you can't have this financial system that mankind has created on Earth. It can't last forever. It's like stacking apples. You make a pyramid of apples like in the grocery store. If you keep stacking it too high, eventually it's going to collapse under its own weight. That's the debt system that we have today. And I knew 30 years ago it wasn't going to be able to keep going this like this. And then 12 years ago or so, I found out about Nassar Jassar, and I thought, wow, this makes sense, and this has got to happen. Either that, or it's going to be the end of the human race. And I don't believe in that. I believe that we're about to enter a golden age because I've lived my life on that premise since I was 19, 20 years old. So I know it's going to happen. And what's the worst that can happen to you if you don't have money? Like me a few years ago. I didn't die. I didn't lose fingers and toes. I didn't lose my pets, which was one of the most important things. I didn't lose my things, my home. I came really, really close, especially when I went to prison. If it hadn't been for Nina, I would have lost everything. Cats and dogs would have all died. All my things would have been thrown in the garbage.
mm,
But I
that
had
is
faith that the Creator Like the verse from the Bible about the birds don't worry about where they're going to find their food, and the flowers don't worry about where they're going to find their clothes. We're taken care of. We're always going to be taken care of. Okay, now that being said, on an individual level, people like Robin, people like Colleen, or all of us, we're worried about, are we going to have enough to pay our bills and eat next month? But that's a kind of fear too. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't have those kinds of fears. But every time I've gotten to like rock bottom, I had nothing, I always managed to come out of it and be okay. And I'm sure a lot of you have had those same experiences too. Right, Sheree?
Many a time, many a time.
And I've been talking with Robin here for a long time, and she wants she has this vision of herself being a carpenter, building homes for people, and she's been working towards that end. She's been working hard to do it, but nothing seems to be working for her. So she's frustrated and she's concerned, and I understand that. So I'm going to do my best, Robin. And I know I've given you readings on this before, and I feel like you have a special gift with wood that goes beyond just building houses and stuff like that. Being creative, make, like I said, it's like Jesse in Breaking Bad. At the end of that story, he becomes this woodworker and he's making these beautiful, like engraved boxes and things like that. Being an entrepreneur, Robin. Um, what if you were to just start creating things from wood with your hands and then selling those things? I'm talking to Robin now because these are the things that I've seen in the past for her. Okay, so Robin, this is for you, dear.
Inlay
And how much you
boxes,
want to, huh?
some kind of inlay boxes
Yeah,
with real pretty inlay, or mystery
yeah,
boxes
but
like the Japanese
but
mystery
but
boxes.
also, yeah, well, that might be a little bit too complex. But also, like imbuing her spirit and her positive energy into these things, so that then
Mm,
so let's say if it's a box, and then people put their precious belongings in that box, and then those become imbued with this positive energy that first came from Robin.
definitely. Like Serina and her soaps.
I think I cut yeah, exactly. Okay. How much you want to bet we're going to get an Asara Dasara type of card for the outcome? Look at this. Well, it's not the Nasara Jasara, but this is not working for somebody else. Okay. Some type of entrepreneurism, Robin. See, there's nothing in this that is like getting a job and working for somebody. We have two queens and the emperor in the middle. And this death card is a transition. You're trying to make this transition from being a worker, being someone who's an employee, to being an entrepreneur. And the cards are backing up what I said before. You need to be an entrepreneur in some way, owning your own business, um, even if you don't make a lot of money on doing it. We have no money as the outcome here. We have the Five of Pentacles, which is walking away from the mainstream, not being a part of some corporation, business company, something like that. It's doing things your own way. However, you don't believe in yourself enough. You're holding back your ideas. Like if you might have an idea and then you'll say to yourself, "Oh, but I can't do that. I'm not good enough," or something like that. Okay. So believing in yourself. Queen of Pentacles is able to produce abundance naturally. It's like comes naturally to her. It's also earth, so it's working with earth materials such as wood, um, and gems. Like incorporating gems into your work. So small pieces of furniture. I mean, I don't know if that's in your wheelhouse as a carpenter, but creating things that then you can sell online. Okay. Um, and networking with people to be able to set up this network where you can do that. Um, I told you before that I would advertise you for free on this channel if you have things you want to sell, and that goes for anybody out there who has a skill, a talent, or something that they want to use to break out of the matrix and become an entrepreneur. If you want to tell the world about it right here, then you'll reach a couple of hundred people, you know, which it's not a lot, but we're a community here, and we're all trying to help each other. And Serina Soaps, I think she's had an uptick in her business a little bit, but
Hmm.
you got to make this big change in your life, uh, Robin.
I would definitely check out her stuff if she starts selling online. I would be there to look.
That's what I mean. There's a lot of people who are watching this who they want to help others free themselves from the matrix. And that's where
Hmm.
we're all here to help each other. I want to give a shout out to Sean. Oh, and I got to talk about that too. Um, Last week during my live, I mentioned how slow things were. And this fellow Sean in Texas, I hope he watches this, and I'm gonna share what he sent to. Um, he didn't need a tarot card read. He had to struggle to come up with some questions for me, and but he booked with me and he paid me extra. He gave me a nice little bonus because he knew that I'm not working right now. My calendar's empty, and he did it just to be supportive. And I'm asking other people out there to support each other, such as Serena Soaps and whoever else I can help. Okay, Robin, so I want to say this without sounding like I'm preaching or something, but stop waiting for an employer to come along and give you the job that's going to help you.
Lady
And
T. Lady T says, I have a way to do that. Scott and Shree, thank you guys.
I would love to see it. I mean, I don't know, when someone says they're a carpenter, like my friends back in the day, they built houses and they would just hammer in nails into 2x4s, and there wasn't a lot of artists. They weren't artisans. Okay. What I'm imagining as a carpenter is an artisan, someone who creates a rocking horse, that I don't know if that's in your wheelhouse, Robin, but if it's not, then make it. Find a mentor, or you can learn anything on YouTube nowadays, right?
And Leslie Rose said, just a thought, cedar would be fabulous. Can't find it, and it is so expensive when you do, but yet cedar trees are all over Tennessee's. And cedar does have a lot of magical properties and healing properties in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, learn more about other types of wood, uh, and what are the properties of those? different, each wood may have a certain aspect that it's good for. It's in the same way crystals do. I don't know.
Hmm.
Oh, Sean's here. Hi, Sean. Okay, so let me talk about what Sean mentioned. And Sean, you're listening now. I would like Sean, can you join us and tell the audience the experience you had with your automobile what do you call those loans? If you're not willing to come in, you don't have to use video if you don't want. You can do just like Sheree is. If you are willing, let me know. I'll send you a link. I'm sorry,
Very
I'm
good.
reading Lady T.
Oh, good.
Lady T's been an apprentice for 4 years to journeyman, supposed to have on the job training progress. Yeah, I remember you telling me all about that, Lady T, but it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. It seems like you keep dead ending on those things. Sorry, I got sidetracked here. Rocking horse or merry-go-round, fantastic idea. Sean,
Sure. Yeah.
oh, okay. On the phone? No way to join. Yeah, I can send you a link to this Zoom right now, Sean, and I got that paper you sent me, but I'm not sure I can explain it properly. So I'm going to do that right now, Sean. I'm going to email you a link, and if you can come in and tell everybody about, because this is really important. When Sean told me about this, I said, "Hey, Sean, I want to share this with my audience." And he gave me some information, but I would like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. So, Sean, I'm going to send you a link if you want to join.
While you're doing that, I'm going to get a glass of tea.
Okay. If not, then I can just try to repeat what you told me, and you can tell me in the chat if I'm right or wrong or more about it. Okay, Sean, I emailed you the link. You can join if you want. And Lady T, thank you for the coffees. It's very much appreciated. And let me find this. And it would be really cool if more people were doing this. Where did I put it? Here. Okay. Is Colleen here?
I think she's still here. Yeah.
I was afraid Colleen would never tune in again because of my rudeness a couple of weeks ago. All right. Share screen. All right. You can see this, right?
Did you freeze on me?
That's why I was kind of hoping Sean could fill us in. Okay, so you get this form, this UCC. Okay, and this is about like what is it? Loans on vehicles, new vehicles. So you get this form, UCC 1308, 1-308. By your name in lowercase without full prejudice. I'm not sure what that means. Who writes us? Sean, you should see my handwriting. Yours is beautiful compared to mine. Okay, so Sean, you can just answer in the chat if you want to come in and join the Zoom. Okay, your social security with no spaces or dashes. And then you write return for a cause with no commercial dishonor and no recourse. Oh, by the way, when you write this, you do it in blue or red ink. Does anybody know why that's important that you can't use black ink when I've heard this before with legal documents. That's be blue or red.
Hmm. I don't know. I hadn't heard that.
Uh, ask angels to help you. Send by certified mail. Every letter from them from now on gets the same thing written and sent by certified mail. All right. So if you have a car loan or something like that, you get this form, this UC 1-038, and then after that, he said like he couldn't didn't have to make payments anymore. He just stopped making payments. But he had two cars. One was his truck and one was his wife's. His wife didn't trust this and she like sent the payments anyway. So did I say that right, Sean?
Yes.
He's not here, is he? Oh, you're here. Hi,
Can
Sean.
you hear me?
Yes. Okay. Thank you for being here.
No trouble.
Can you give your experience on this? Are you comfortable with this? Is it okay? You're somewhat anonymous here.
Yeah,
Or no, you're not. You got your full name. Are you comfortable talking about this with
sure.
us? Okay. So tell the audience what went on here.
In October, I got a brand new 2024, and the payments were a little high, as you could expect. And then I was watching the Truth Seekers 88, and they gave a gentleman who was in his, I guess, 80 to talk about the ways he paid off his loan. And I followed the direction that he gave. And in October, I sent, without making one single payment on the new truck, I sent the coupon with all that stuff on it. You know, the bill that you get on the bottom, it have a coupon that you rip off and send in the envelope, and you write that stuff on there. And then about a month and a half later, then there was no record of the truck or the car on where you make payments to Toyota. You call them up and you normally make your payment, but they had no record of it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm still on the
Wow.
titles though.
So how long has it been since you took this action?
In October.
October. And you haven't had any negative repercussions from this.
Yeah, it dings your credit report pretty hard. I lost 43 points or something like that.
That'd be worth it if you didn't have to pay $30,000, $40,000, right?
No, more like $60,000 for that truck.
Really? Those numbers are so astronomical to me. I just can't even imagine. I saw something the other day about the prices of the new cars and buying new cars. I'm like, how do people do that? Well, that is fascinating, Sean. You mentioned a coupon. What is and what is this form you this what's the number on it? UCC 1-308. What is that?
That's the
Where do you find that?
I looked that up. You could look it up too. It says basically that after the depression, then they like confiscated gold or something like that, and the
Hmm.
Congress made a law or something like that that said all debts are supposed to be paid in either silver or gold. And they say because they took all the gold after the depression, then nobody's got any silver or gold, so the government is responsible for paying our bills like this.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
And the
All
coupon is
right. Well,
coupon. It's the when you get a bill from the places, all these places, your uh JC Penney bill, your Visa bills, whatever bills, they come in the mail and they have that place at the bottom where you tear off that coupon or tear off that bottom portion where you fill in your name and how much you're paying and stuff like that. You just write this on there and don't send any money and send it by certified mail and write in either red or blue ink.
well, that's fascinating. You need to have some real internal fortitude. What's that? I mean, it takes a lot of balls, to be frank, to do that. And
Well, what rule number
good
one?
for you.
Ask your angels to help you. Once you put it in the angels' hands, you don't worry about it. I have no fear. You put
Hmm.
it in the hands, say, angels, help me with this, and then it's all good. They'll give you a calming spirit. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
See, that's kind of my approach to money in general, period, in my life. It's like I just do what I can, and look, here's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about losing my belongings, my loved pets, and my health, right? As long as I have those things, my health, a place to sleep at night, and I'm able to feed myself and feed my dogs, then I don't worry about anything else. And I trust the universe is going to take care of me. Payment stub. This is what he means as coupon. Okay. All right. And does anybody have any questions for Sean before I let him get back to his what he's doing? No, not payment stub. Your understanding as the living man. Yeah, this is the living man thing versus like all debts that we owe, we don't owe it. The person on that piece of paper with all name all in caps owes it, right? All right. So Sean's gone. Okay. Thank you, Sean. Oh no, you're still here. But thank you, Sean. And I just hold on for just a second. Let's see if anybody has any questions for you, and then I'll let you go. Okay. And does anybody have any? And Sean, did I do a reading for you? Do you remember what I told you regarding that? With what the cards told you?
The cards basically said exactly what I was thinking, that nobody's coming to get no cars or trucks, nobody's going to repossess them, and that you couldn't give me a specific timeline on when I'll get the titles, because that was what I was most worried about. When do I get the titles? But you said, don't worry about it. They'll come when they come. And then that is when my wife, who wrings her hands because she's so nervous about the deal, that's
Sure.
when she's going to realize that she doesn't have to worry about this anymore.
Right. And I thought I remember seeing a connection with Nasara Jasara that this is like an aspect or a part of Nasara Jasara, right?
Right, because you said that they probably wouldn't have to send the titles other than they're going to send everybody, like the titles or something like that as part of the Nasera Jatra.
All right, Sean. Well, thanks a lot. I love to hear these types of things. And being able to share that with my audience is I really appreciate that, Sean. Thank you very much.
You're
And
very
and
well.
uh, and and good for you for really having the bravery because it takes a lot of bravery to do things like this. Uh, So congratulations to you for being that kind of man. You're the type of person that is going to lead others down that road. So we all appreciate you, Sean.
You're very welcome.
Okay, and I'm going to go to Lacey Blue. She says, "Can you pull some cards for me for the coming week?" Sure, Lacey Blue, I can do that. And probably going to wrap this up soon. So if anybody else has any questions out there for the cards, and if you've never had a reading with me before and you've been considering it now, especially with Mercury retrograde ending soon, today or the next day, maybe this will be a good time for you to do that, and you can get my discounted price. And it doesn't matter if you've been a client with me before. Uh, it's $65. That's for up to an hour and a half. And by the way, if maybe you don't want an hour and a half, maybe you want a like shorter time, make me an offer. Like I'll pay you $50 for 50 minutes or whatever it is. Um, Also, I have something else on my website where you can email me your questions. And I think I have the fee for that. 3 questions for $40. That's another way you can do it. If you don't like to use Zoom, if you don't want to, you know, be on video or a phone call or something like that. Okay, so Lacey Blue, what's going to happen in your world over the next week? Let's take a look. Hmm. Looks like you're going to be getting some kind of good news. It's going to be something to celebrate, giving you a fresh start. So there may be something you've been working on that's only for you, like some information that's important to you and nobody else. And when you see this card, this is about taking strategies that benefit you and take information from other people with a grain of salt. So somebody tells you something, don't take that as the absolute truth. Rely on your own reasoning and your own critical thinking. Okay. But you may get some kind of news this week about something that you've been trying to bring together. About uh, maybe maybe you've been working on something and you're trying to bring it together, and you're going to get some news about it that will be something to celebrate. And this news, it's something new, and it's going to give you like a fresh start with this pool. It's like and you got the page of wands here. Do you work? Are you maybe some kind of new work coming your way? Getting together with friends? Wow, your greatest wishes coming true? Something to do with some material thing? But the most important thing to take away from this Lacey Blue is no matter what's going on here, trust in the universe that you are where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. And that's going to lead to manifesting things into your life that you really need now. Okay. And yeah, I said it for the week, but this could be till the end of the year. It's going to start this week, but you may see the conclusion of it at some later point. All right, Lacey Blue. So be looking for some kind of message, an email, a phone call, or it could be just something like you see something on the internet that sparks an idea in you. Okay, let's see. Back to the chat here. Serena had a psychic attack Tuesday night while she was lucid dreaming. Oh, you had sleep paralysis. Okay, that's when your mind is awake, but you can't speak or you can't move while you're sleeping. Have you ever had that happen to you, Cherie?
Quite a few times actually throughout the years.
Really? I only had it happen to me once. It was very frightening, and I was having a dream about this demon that was sitting on my chest. In Thailand, there's this legend of a demon, say a woman who her head and her entrails float around looking for men to like a succubus. It's like what we know as a succubus.
Mm.
And and I had a dream for her one night, and she was on my chest. And in the morning, I woke up and I couldn't move and I couldn't speak. And finally, with a like this, oh, like I forced myself out and I could feel my arm move up, and then I broke out of the spell. And that was really freaky.
Mine are the paralysis, the suffocating, can't breathe, can't move. Yeah, they can be quite scary. And as long as I can get by the name of Jesus, I cast you out, then as soon as I say Jesus, it's gone. So,
Oh yeah, yeah. But you know, when you can't speak, I guess you can think it. All right, Serena.
thinking,
So what was this? Was this just a natural physical occurrence, or was there something more going? Was it really a psychic attack? Hierophant, Two of Cups, Chariot.
she
Okay,
was dreaming.
it may have
Yeah,
felt like an attack, okay, but it wasn't meant to be an attack. But you were being contacted by uh, beings that were that are in a ship, like a mothership or something. Okay, it was they were trying to give you a download. Okay, and I don't think you were supposed to be aware of it, but I'm going to repeat this, Serena. This was not an attack. Okay, this was an ascension symptom, and you were not supposed to be aware of it. You woke up in the middle of it, and it was something to input some kind of information or something to help you with ascension. Okay. Um,
she, she
you
said
had
she was,
one foot.
she
What's
said
that?
she was, she said she was dreaming of reptilians in the house.
Yeah, I get the dream and the sleep paralysis were not connected.
Okay. Didn't sound
Okay.
like it.
So you were having the dream, but I mean, maybe you were seeing another timeline or something like that. But you weren't meant to be remembering that. Um, but but no, it was something designed to help you with the ascension process. Yeah, I think it was actually with the Two of Cups here, it's like you saw into another timeline, another parallel universe where that was going on. Okay. Um, so you weren't being attacked, but maybe you in another parallel universe was, and so you picked up on that. Let's see. That was Serina. Who else did I see here that I want to get? Kimberly, thank you very much. I look forward to hearing from you. Oh, Dana, fertility to delivery. Question for the collective. I like that. We're all feeling tired ascension symptoms as we move into the 5D. How will this get better as we move forward? Thank you. So a while back, I was feeling a lot of really tired and I was sleeping a lot, but suddenly I'm like really awake a lot. And I can go to bed at 2 a.m. I wake up at 7 and I feel great. So I feel like I've come out of that. But
Lucky you.
how will this get better as we move forward? And also not just from the Ascension. I'm just tired of this whole thing. I mean, it's I was given this mission when I was 19 years old to help people prepare for Ascension, even though I didn't realize at that time what that meant. And I'm over this. I just, I'm tired of this. I just don't want it. I don't want it to go on anymore. I want it to come to a conclusion. But I like the way you said this, Dana, your wording here. Damn it, just lost it. Uh, how will this get better as we move forward? For the collective. So this is actually advice for all of us. We're weary. We're all tired. Uh, we want this to be over. What kind of advice is for us on a collective level? How will it get better? When will it get better? I'd like to be able to give you a when. Oh, wow, that's a good start. Eight of Wands. We have a lot of positive energy coming into the collective right now. Divine energy. You see, my personal life is great. I have enough money to pay my bills. I have enough to eat the good things that I enjoy to eat. I have friends. I have a partner. I have beautiful pets. I love my life. It could stay just like this for me personally, and I would be happy. So finding that in your life is important. Maybe tune out a little bit of all of the videos and news and things like that because when the shift happens, it's going to happen suddenly, unexpectedly, and we're all going to be taken by surprise. So that means stop focusing on dates. Okay, I've been saying that forever, for a long time. I've never liked giving dates. Anytime anybody ever does, they always come and go, and nothing happened the way they said it was going to do. Be open. Do not have any expectations because whatever expectations you have, no matter how good they are, it could be even better. So your expectations can limit uh, the outcome. All right. So drop all your expectations of what you think it's going to be and just accept the reality for what it is. Accept that we are winning now. It's like we've fought the good fight against the cabal. We've gotten to a place of where we can find peace in this world. But there's something coming, guys, something that none of us are expecting, something totally unique. It's never been experienced by the collective before. Okay. It's going to be completely unexpected and it's going to take us all by surprise. And that's again where I have this saying that certainty is the enemy of truth and it's the enemy of unity. Because if you're certain about something, somebody else is certain about something, those two things will never find common ground. And I was super certain when back in the 90s, I was completely certain. I thought I knew what was going to happen. And it's turned out totally different from what I thought it was going to be back when I was studying prophecy and expecting second coming of Jesus Christ. Right? So thank you for that, Dana. Are the New Jersey drones here to stop a potential nuclear attack? I don't think so. I did a reading on that. Tracy Gardner, does my higher self have a message for me? Thank you. And I think I'm going to do this one and then I'm going to end this.
Well, Virginia said that she had a question earlier, but I haven't been able to find it. And I asked her to put it back into the chat again. So I'm waiting to
Okay,
see
well,
if she.
if you can find that, we'll do that one. But I'm going to do this one for Tracy. Who was
Okay.
that? Virginia, you said?
Correct.
Okay, if you can find that, I'll do that one. But this, I'm going to do this one for Tracy Gardner. Message from her higher self.
Or if Virginia can type
Mm,
it in again so we can see it right away, because I haven't been able to find it.
all right. Let me just say how much I appreciate all of you who have tuned in today for this. Um, I wish I was better. I wish I could give you more. I always beat myself up after these because I feel like I just didn't do enough, or the answers I gave weren't enough. You know, I always and sometimes I'll all day I'll think about the cards I read and I'll think about something. Oh, I could have said this about that because
That
I
happens
always
to
feel like
me.
I want to do my best for you guys.
You do
And
great just when you can.
my intentions are to do my best. So that's really what matters, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And this is for Tracy Gardner. What is your higher self? What messages does your higher self have for you for this week? Because I will be back next week and hopefully Honey will be feeling better and she'll join me then. Tracy, this has something to do with your home and your family and the material world. Ah, it's a holiday. You're going to have a really nice Christmas, Tracy, looks like. Oh, look, this is so positive, Tracy. It looks like you're going to have a family gathering. I hope this is what this is saying that maybe some family members that you haven't been able to celebrate with, or somebody very close to you from your past is going to be showing up, and I can only imagine that this is for Christmas. That you're going to have a very happy Christmas. And divine blessings are going to come from this. If you haven't planned anything for Christmas with your family, now might be a good time to do that. Try to gather people, especially maybe anybody from your past, whether family or close friends. Um, maybe somebody who even maybe somebody who wronged you in the past. Show them forgiveness, invite them to be a part of the family. Um, mend any injustices that you have done or have been done to you. It's time to forgive and forget and to focus on um, forgiveness and the love that you had for those people originally. Because sometimes we have great love for people and they hurt us or we hurt them and we have falling out with them. It's time to remember why you love them in the first place and to focus on that. And for a time for family to come together and to celebrate the winter solstice, which is a very important time when the sun stops for 3 days and then makes its return back to its place at the top of the sky. Thank you, Kimberly. Uh, Moira, about the chemtrails, I can't say in the UK. I don't think that they're negative chemicals being sprayed in the air anymore. Okay. This is just part of my whole belief system. I believe that the white hats are in control of everything for the most part. Maybe the cabal, the black hats are able to pull off little hits here and there, but for the most part, especially
I
chemtrails. I
uh,
Go ahead.
and here in Nebraska, I really noticed a difference in the chemtrails, the way they used to trail and cover everything. Now, when they trail, they go out kind of feathery. They look a lot different than what they used to. So I think it is different
Okay.
chemical. I think it's a lot different than what it used to be.
And I've gotten that the white hats are actually spraying antidotes and like beneficial things. Do you know
Mhm.
that in the 20 years I've lived in Thailand, I've almost never seen what I thought were chemtrails, like the ones that spread out and cover the whole sky. I've never seen that here. Um, they do cloud seeding here. In fact, the former king of Thailand, Bhumanpon Rama IX, he invented the way that they use cloud seeding here in Thailand because especially in the Northeast, it goes into droughts and they can't grow rice and they have a big problem. So he like invented that.
Wow.
And then the US came along and took that technology and used it to on Vietnam and Cambodia on the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
And another thing that I've noticed the last couple of weeks is usually if they chemtrailed us, a day to 2 days later, we would have bad weather like snow or rain or whatever. But they were chemtrailing the last 2 weeks, and even a week after they chemtrailed, there was no bad weather. So I don't think it's the same chemicals at all.
Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you, Cherie. Special thanks to Sean for coming in and sharing that information about how you can free yourself from these debts that are unjust and unfair. That was amazing. I hope somebody else has success with that. And I'm going to say good night.
Thank you for having me, Scott, and thank all of our regulars and all the new people for joining us.
Now I got to figure out how to sign out of this.
Have a good night.
Okay, what's going on here? There we go. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all very much. And I hope I helped in some way, somehow, even if it was just a little bit. Okay, I'll see you next week. Bye bye. Thank you very much, Cherie.